I found this pillow that I had. This dog came up really nice. So I put that up here to work from, and have this one little ugly dog here. Looks like a too demonic. He's funny looking, he's drama. And here's another photo I got of a dog. It's kind of what I was going for. I'll just show you them all. Here's another dog I got. And so, got plenty to work from. Just going to try and set everything up kind of over here where I can look at it. I want to get it dialed in. So, yeah, there's a lot of detail that I could add, but I don't really need to add that much detail. Let me just slip this down a little bit. I'm really loving this. It's called a Stay Wet palette, but it's really keeping the acrylics from drying up. And so you can just, it's almost more, it becomes like an oil painting to work with. Trying out these other brushes I picked up on Amazon. Seem pretty nice. And make sure I'm very comfortable, just my body position is good, and I'm close to the subject and not bending over. And make sure that you're able to just really be comfortable with situation. And my palette, show you what I got going on here. Trying to get a nice dark color to put in here. The other thing that's nice about acrylic is I can actually have my hands on the painting. With oils, you wouldn't be able to do that. Some more water. Go in here with a brush, just kind of soup up a lot of color. Sometimes I mix brown and kind of want a warmer brown tone, or dark gray. It would be like a warmer. That might have been too much there. So I was already doing. We got everybody watching. Yeah, feel free to make comments. Actually, the more you comment, the better off it is. And Please, if you can, like and subscribe to my channel. So I'm adding in a little bit of so a really good gray is to mix this blue and brown. So I'm kind of focusing on kind of a warmer um, grayish brown a little bit, just a tiny bit. And I want to make it so that, thank you, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to try and paint for a while here, so, but yeah, feel free to comment and try and make a scruffy dog here. When you're painting, you kind of want to just really relax, really let yourself just have good posture, try and do posture police. Yeah, I want to just keep my lines clean. There's this one artist named Robert Bateman. He used to do like a lot of paintings of like owls and wildlife, and he had just really like every brushstroke was like in the shape of the feathers. Like he just had an amazing style. Robert Bateman. And like I mentioned before, it's okay if I just reinforce things already. As avoids, you want to avoid spottiness where things are just spotty, like you have your eyes kind of go where there's energy. So if you don't want the energy to go there, then it should be a little more flatter. Like say this background is pretty flat. And one thing I try and think about too is if I want to make prints of something, for something that's going in the like a magazine, I took a illustration and like everything that's wrong with the painting, the newsprint, especially like if it's on a cheaper paper, will make it look like it won't flatter your piece. It'll make it look worse. So you really want to make sure you dial it in. And if you're try and do animations too, like so sometimes with animation you can get away with not being so perfect, because it's more of like just you're telling people a story or a joke with your art. And so yeah, you want to try and take care of business as soon as you can, fix things that need fixing. One of my teachers said it's kind of like a guy spinning saucers. I don't know if you've seen this when you're a kid, like doing a magic act for kids. And he spins all these saucers, like gets like spinning on a stick, and he goes down the line. He's going to all these saucers, and by the time he gets to the end, the ones on the end or the saucer stops spinning, and people, oh, run back, get the other. So he runs back, and he fixes that saucer. And a lot of times, that's what painting is like. You come back around, and you're fixing the saucers. Make everything kind of work out well together. Didn't want that. The problem I have is if I want to go and do the background again, it's going to be really hard to match that background color again. So I want to try and get this right. And it's kind of like I've mentioned this before, when you're painting, just to do, it's kind of like when you sign your name on something and you use a real just fast type. A lot of times, it looks screwed up, but if you go in and take your time and sign your name well, it looks like 100% better, right? Well, it's the same thing with painting. You learn to take your time with it, and it's like you're signing your name. Every brush stroke, it's like a signature. Speaking of which, I got to re-sign this. I'm not happy with the way this came out. And don't drive yourself crazy trying to make the perfect painting. Yeah, now actually, I'm looking at this from a distance. And I think I'm losing the eyes. Need to make it less dark. That's one thing with the eyes. You want to try and get a 3D look, like it looks like marbles, or where you can see highlights. But you want to have the right tone of highlight though. And you want things to read correctly, like your eyeballs to look, pupils to look round, or yeah. And Oops, wasn't trying to do that. That wasn't good. Where's my paper towel? Oh, look at that. Got it all. Thanks, man. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Little Presley. Woo. Like the thank you. All right. Let's see if I can kind of get it dialed in a little better. I was kind of losing the eye, so I kind of got to tone it down. I didn't realize that till looking at it on the camera. So I'll make like a lighter gray here. If I see a spot where I can use the same color, I'm going to go for it because it just saves a lot of time. Time and energy. Yeah, so you just got to be like a little bit, you can't be too intimidating. Like this picture here, I mean, this is funny, but it's just a little bit too much. That dog just looks too evil. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that looks a little better. He doesn't look so menacing. I'll just add a little bit of color in there, but you want dark against light, light against dark. Yeah, but I don't want to get stuck on this one painting. Like I want to get through it because I got other stuff to work on. And sometimes it might help just to set it down for a little bit and look at it later. And we want it to be a painting. We don't want it to be just a perfect illustration. It has a little bit of flair. Take a look back at it a little bit. step back, what I mean. Little step back, take a look at things. Where does my eye go to? Where is it? And where can I, let's see, try and, so I'm just going to slowly create like a 3D look on things. So I got this, I'm using my palette. A little bit too bright, but that's all right. Fix that. A lot of water on that, so I'm going to lower this a little bit. Just a hair here. It's a nice little box for painting, by the way. It has I put a hole in it to so I can mount it on a tripod, and pretty cool. Let's take a look back, stand back and look at it. I already drew my name on here. Sometimes it's easy to just get kind of rushed and not do things in a way that's helpful. So sometimes when I'm painting, it's hard for me to like both talk and paint at the same time. Not a good excuse, but I'm going by it. And there's some people can't even talk and paint at the same time. It's just like, that's like next level. It's supposed to be like a table here. I wish I had some music or something to play for you. Like, I'll start recording some of my music and putting that on. Because feels like I have too much quiet time here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys are okay with that. I didn't even notice this, but yeah, I have a problem here. Oops. Be careful with my eyes. Make sure that they're all the same. Anyway, I'm going to take a break. I've been on for a while here, so 30 minutes.